The air in the forgotten chamber hung heavy and still, thick with the dust of ages and the faint, metallic scent of something long dormant. Luke Skywalker, his breath misting slightly in the cool, damp air, ran a gloved hand over the rough-hewn wall, a sense of ancient power thrumming beneath his fingertips. He was deep within a newly discovered ruin, a place whispered about in dusty academic texts, rumored to hold relics of a time before the Jedi Order as he knew it. And then he saw it. Resting on a crumbling pedestal, half buried in debris, was not a crystal nor a scroll, but a hilt. It was unlike any lightsaber hilt he had ever seen. Forged of dark, petrified wood and dull, almost black metal, it was crudely beautiful, its crossguard broad and asymmetrical, hinting at a brutal purpose. A faint, almost imperceptible dark light seemed to pulse from within it, a cold fire that drew him closer despite an immediate, profound unease. This was the crossguard of Vildar, an artifact long thought lost, steeped in the grim legends of the Sith. As his fingers brushed its ancient surface, a jolt, not of electricity, but of pure, cold force, slammed into him. The chamber vanished, the dusty air dissipated. Luke was no longer a curious archaeologist, but an unwilling observer, plunged headlong into a maelstrom of raw, untamed emotion. He stood, yet did not stand, in a place of chaos and conflict. Before him was a Jedi Knight, perhaps from an era long past, identifiable by the elegant cut of his robes, the familiar hilt of his weapon at his hip. The knight moved with the grace and precision of one fully attuned to the Force, defending innocence, his lightsaber a vibrant blue blur. But as Luke watched, an enemy, cunning and cruel, struck a blow that was not physical, but deeply personal, targeting those the knight sought to protect. A tremor of uncontrolled emotion passed through the knight. The blue blade, once a beacon of defense, began to flicker with an unsettling intensity. Luke felt it, a surge of overwhelming fury, a blinding rage that eclipsed all thought, all Jedi teachings. He saw the knight's face twist, the lines of noble purpose hardening into a mask of vengeance. The lightsaber, that sacred tool of peace and protection, was no longer wielded with careful defense, but with an aggressive, almost animalistic ferocity. It became an extension of the knight's burning hatred, an instrument for retribution, each swing fueled not by skill, but by a consuming desire to inflict pain. The vision intensified. Luke watched in horror as the knight, now completely consumed, pursued the enemy with a chilling single-mindedness. The blue light of the blade seemed to deepen, to take on a shadow, reflecting the turmoil within the wielder. There was no more light, no more balance, only the brutal, destructive force of unbridled anger. The Jedi Knight, once a guardian, had become a harbinger of ruin, his path littered with the shattered remains of his own virtue. What he left in his wake was not justice, but desolation. And then Luke understood. He understood that the terrifying power he witnessed was not an external entity, but a corruption born from within, from the very core of this once noble being. The crossguard of Vildar had not shown him a monster from a Sith nightmare, but a Jedi twisted by his own unchecked emotions. The vision was a mirror, reflecting not just the past, but a potential future for anyone who let their anger, their fear, their desire for vengeance take hold. Luke felt a cold dread settle in his stomach. He remembered his own battles, the moments on Dagobah facing the dark reflections of himself, the intense fury he had felt towards Darth Vader, towards the Emperor. He remembered the blinding red haze that had threatened to consume him, the times he had teetered on the precipice of that same destructive path. The vision made it terrifyingly clear. The line between light and darkness was fragile, easily blurred, and always drawn from within. With a gasp, Luke pulled his hand away from the crossguard of Vildar. The ancient chamber slowly materialized around him, the oppressive stillness returning, but the echo of the vision lingered, a chilling residue in his mind. His hand trembled, not from cold, but from the visceral understanding of what he had just witnessed. The lesson was profound and stark. The path of a Jedi was not merely about mastering the Force or wielding a lightsaber with precision. It was about an unwavering commitment to emotional control, an absolute dedication to the light, even when faced with the deepest provocations. The lightsaber, he realized, was simply a conduit. Its purpose, its very nature, was defined by the heart and mind of its wielder. A tool of peace could become a weapon of vengeance if the wielder succumbed to their darker impulses. This terrifying vision, granted by a cursed Sith artifact, was a pivotal warning for Luke. It solidified his understanding that his own journey would demand not just power, but immense self-discipline, a steadfast anchor in the light, especially in the darkest moments yet to come. It was a lesson he would carry with him, a constant reminder of the internal battle every Force user, every individual must face. And so, Luke Skywalker walked away from that ancient chamber, not just with knowledge of an old relic, but with a deeper, more harrowing understanding of the Force, of the dark side, and most importantly, of himself. We invite you to share your thoughts on pivotal moments in Luke's journey, or perhaps any character's journey where they faced a profound realization about their own inner struggles or the true nature of the Force. What moments resonated most deeply with you? Please feel free to share your insights in the comments below.